Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON-TV Channel 9 and on radio at V99.3, Sports Radio 103.5 and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, Nuevo Vallarta, and the law offices of Patrick O'Neill. Now let's go live to your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, the first Chevrolet Sports Show of the 2026 campaign. We are so excited to be with you for another year as we charge forward with some great local sports news to talk about and a bright future ahead as we close out 2025 and look into what the new year brings us. We've had some incredible individual performances, some incredible games in 2025 to look back on. And as we go throughout the show today, we'll look back on some of the best interviews of 2025. We talked to a lot of people. We had obviously several coaches and players and teams come over. This year, we also got the chance to interview some young future, maybe WBON-TV sports personalities. We got to see some future great athletes that are going to be coming down the pipeline. Such a fun year, 2025. Samantha and I doing the show again. And, you know, her and I, we always talk like, when did we start doing this thing? And it's been 7-8 years now when we started doing the sports show. I remember like 2016. Now, that was when I first started doing the show on radio. Then WBON-TV became a thing. So 2017. It has just been so much fun as we look back on our time doing this show together, not only in the past year, but over the last, near decade of doing the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. And as we go throughout the show again today, we'll look back on some of the big interviews and moments of 2025. Before we get to that, though, we've had some really good run of luck. Again, no show the last 2 weeks with all the holidays going on, traveling and doing all the things with family and friends. But in those 2.5 weeks, we've seen Madison Central make a deep run, finish third in the King of the Bluegrass tournament. Then they went on to win their own tournament that they hosted. The EKU women's basketball team over the weekend went to 2-0 in conference play, and on Saturday defeated Queens by 54 points, the largest conference victory in the history of the EKU women's basketball program. I was there for that game. It was domination from the jump by the EKU women's basketball team, just showing you how good they could potentially be under Coach Todd this year. The EKU men, not as much. Disappointing year thus far with them. They fall to 0-2 on conference play after taking the preseason #1 ranked team in the conference, Queens, on the men's side down to the wire in their first conference game on the road, losing by 2. Eastern missed a half-court heave that would have won them the game, but missed it, and they went to 0-1 in conference play. Then they lose on Saturday to West Georgia to fall to 0-2. So not the start that Coach Hamilton has wanted, but with injuries and guys not being eligible quite yet. Amari Knox, maybe the most important player for EKU men's basketball, has not seen the floor yet. Him and Montavious Myrick, who's been hurt and in and out of the lineup quite a bit, along with Jalen Cooper and other guys that have missed time, has made it really difficult on A.W. Hamilton. And EKU football, disappointing year for them. Obviously, with the slow start, getting off to an 0-2 start, had that long 10-game win streak at home over a 3-year span, came to an end on homecoming, and it was just a rough year for EKU football. Excited to see them as they go into a new year, but a lot of moving parts in the transfer portal for the EKU football team. But that might not be a bad thing. A lot of holes to fill, but maybe you can get some guys to fill those holes and have a more successful 2026 season. Also, EKU volleyball, great year. Madison Central's football team makes the deep postseason run, losing to Trinity in the regional championship game. The Madison Central girls golf team winning the state championship. The Madison Central boys golf team finishing second. Again, there was a lot to be excited about, be happy about. Along with all that, just the individual athletes. We say it year in and year out, almost on a weekly basis. We are so blessed to be able to cover the great athletes that we have here in Madison County and the great coaches, the leadership that are putting these teams and the players out on the floor and on the court. Just an exciting time to be a Madison County sports fan, and it has been that way for quite some time. But as we dive in today, again, we're going to look back at some of the best interviews from 2025. We spoke to a lot of really cool people. Some of my favorite parts, Samantha's not here, so she don't have a say in the show. But as we look ahead to what 2026 brings, and what we do here changes some as well. I mean, when what we started with to then going to doing a full-fledged news station to now kind of being your resource. We're getting reliable sports. That's the stuff that we've been kind of known for. But we are just excited to be here with you and lead into a great and exciting 2026 year. Today, again, what we are going to do is whenever we come back, we'll start to look ahead to some of these interviews that we have had in 2025. And we're going to start with the Madison Central girls golf team. What a tremendous run they had. Coach Tenny Orr, so successful in her own individual career and as a coach, winning multiple state championships and doing the things she has done to really help put this program on the map. Same thing with the boys, who had a chance to win back-to-back state championships but fell short. The women's golf team has also kind of etched themselves as one of the perennial powerhouses in high school golf, and we'll hear from them in just a few moments. Also, we'll hear from Kyle Moats, the Director of Athletics at EKU, and the President at EKU, David McFadden, prior to the opening of the new Baptist Health Arena. We were just there a couple of months ago when they opened up Baptist Health Arena, and that game against Western Kentucky University and all the excitement that surrounded the game obviously didn't get the victory, but the importance of having that back open now, not only for the students and the athletes that play there and go there, but also for the community as well, because they host a lot of events. The Outlet Classic, would love to see that come back to Richmond and be played at DKU. The 11th Region Boys Basketball Tournament and the Girls Basketball Tournament. How about graduations free for Madison Central, Madison Southern? There is a lot to be excited about with that arena being open. And one of my favorite interviews that we did this past year was with Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. Now, to that point, there's a chance that we could somehow maybe get AMW as a weekly episode show on WBON-TV. That is in the works right now. Hopefully we can get that worked out. We spoke to Kyle Maggard, the guy that runs Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, a few months ago as they were preparing for a show over in Estill County with Ace Carmichael, a local wrestler from Irvin, and some of the other guys that joined the show with us on that. So we'll have all those three interviews looking back at those and the fun that we had interviewing them, the fun that we had interviewing the EKU football team. That's a thing we have done now for 3 or 4 years in a row, where each summer we bring over the EKU football players, give you a chance to get to know them. And with the transfer portal now being what it is, it's good that we do that because we also get to know them, because now it seems like the roster changes every single year. Hopefully, again, Coach Wells can get in that transfer portal, and along with some of the high school guys he's bringing in, and move the program forward. But just an exciting time to be a Madison County sports fan. And as we look back today, we thank you for being a part of it, and we thank all of the great schools and the athletes and the coaches that we have in the area for letting us provide the coverage and be there for some exciting moments of high school and college sports. We'll step aside for our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll hear from the state champs, the Madison Central girls golf team, following a victory this year. We'll hear from Coach Tenny Orr and some of the great golfers that were a part of that championship run when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Our bodies deserve more. We put them through a lot, and oftentimes the aches and the stress of everyday life can take a toll. Escape all of that and enter your sanctuary of relaxation with a trip to the massage studio in Berea. Unwind, rejuvenate, and restore balance to your body and mind with help from their expert massage therapist. Like the Massage Studio on Facebook for more information, and get back to being you. Well, Tenny, first of all, we talk about, this is obviously a big deal for the school, and the fact that you all shot or broke a record is also a big deal. 10 strokes, you all set the record for the state tournament. So just talk about the season and kind of the ups and downs and going through that and the preparation between the start of the season to where you ended up and what you saw from these girls as they developed throughout the year.
Well, we started out really strong. We went to Bowling Green for our first tournament and finished second to LCA and shot 299, and I thought for sure that would win, but they came in a little lower. And from there, our next tournament, we shot a school record 281. We won 2 or 3 in a row, and then LCA had their whole team back together. They started beating us. And then eventually Sacred Heart had all their team together. In a couple of tournaments, we finished third to them. But throughout the whole season, we kept focused really, really well. I know that when we didn't win a tournament, we were a little disappointed. But I think it's the circumstances or the courses that we were playing that not have matched up well for us. But throughout the whole season, they never got down. We kept trying to find fun ways to practice and do things differently. And they did a great job doing that, as well as the other girls on the team. But I think down the stretch, we got our practice rounds in, we got the focus in to play, and again, they never got down on themselves. So that was the main thing. And we kept talking about the mental part of trying to stay together, and I feel like they knew something good was going to happen because they didn't worry about it so much.
When you look at having the seniors that you have and the experience that you have, do you think that kind of went into the fact that they never really got down on themselves? Do you think having that leadership and that experience helped in that regard?
Oh, certainly. With all 4 of them, they helped bring Rosie along, and they instilled in her the confidence to keep playing well. And we never once had a person get down on themselves. They knew what they had to work on at various times. I think I harped a lot on short game and putting and what we needed to do for Bowling Green.
They're laughing. They knew that's what they needed to work on.
Yeah. But having been there last year, that was what's going to help us get through. And the experience of not bringing it home last year sort of
fueled the fire, right?
Yeah, put a little
spark in them.
And made them mad because we should have been there.
Yeah, you guys were so close last season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, tell us, I mean, I don't want to start at the very beginning, but you guys have won a lot of tournaments or come in runner-up this season. Talk to us about how many were there?
10?
10, I think.
10 wins, or maybe, 10, and then 4 or 5 runners-up. That would included the, like, regional and first-round state, and then we had 2/3.
And that could be historic as well.
Well, and when we did finish third, it was still a good score.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we played poorly.
Just somebody else putting a great round together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Molly, when you look at, the season and last year, putting it all together this season, what do you think was the biggest difference from finishing where you did last year to winning it all this season?
I think our team chemistry this year really grew a lot. I mean, our team goes out to dinner after every tournament, and we practice together nonstop from July when we start to October when we end, and so we're together all the time. And I think we grow like as friends, but also as teammates, and that helps us on the golf course as well. Like, I feel like when you have a strong team, you're gonna have strong days, and whenever I'm not there, like another one's there to pick me up, and we're just all playing together rather than individually. So I think that helped us out a lot this year.
See, if you would take me out to eat after the show, it would really help
better
build
every week.
chemistry. Yes,
We
it
do
would
better
really help
every
build it.
Well, girls, I don't care which one answers, but you didn't have the greatest tournaments, matches during the state semifinals and region. So what made a difference in this past week in winning the state championship in Bowling Green?
Rosie?
Who wants it?
Yeah, I think we all were just so determined.
Yeah.
I think we all wanted the win so bad. I think, for it being their last tournament, and it's just the state title, like that's something that everybody works for the whole season. And I think our mindset was really just work. We've worked so hard for this, so we're just going to put in our best effort and trust the work that we've put in and see what happens. Yeah. It worked.
It did work. Does somebody have a different answer? Was there a different mindset? Was there something going on at school, a test or something that could have, said, "Oh,
it was fall break." Well, before that, it wasn't though.
Yeah.
So, Aubrey, though, what do you think? I mean, what do you think was the biggest thing that kind of put you all over the hump?
I think we put so much preparation into Bowling Green specifically.
Yeah.
Like we had 3 practice rounds. We played a previous tournament there. We talked statistically from last year to this year, just so much prep went into Bowling Green, and our mindset, I think, was totally different going into that tournament than the previous 2. Not that they didn't matter. You obviously have to get through region, get through sub-state to get to state, but I think state was just our big goal.
Mackenzie, so to that point, do you think you kind of maybe relaxed a little bit more in the regions and semi-state? Or the first round of state, as opposed to how you put that pressure on you for the final round?
Yeah, so I think during the final round, I feel like I kind of just acknowledge that what's going to happen is what's going to happen, and I can only do what I can do. Meaning that's if that's where my golf shot wants to go, that's where it's going to go. So it's just kind of worrying about stuff I can control. So I think during state I felt more relaxed, as where sub-state it was kind of let's just get through, let's have another shot at this. And I think it was definitely different with sub-state and region when it came to the state tournament, because I think our mindset changed a little bit. It was kind of just more positivity, which I feel like in sub-state and region it was kind of we had so much pressure, and it was we want to win so bad. And it's I feel like at state it's not we didn't want to win, but it's we just focused on what we were doing and what nobody else was doing. So,
when you've got your sister out there on the course with you, is there any trash talk between you two? I've got the better score, you've got the better score. Do y'all ever compare notes with one another?
So, kind of, yes. It was actually on the second day. My sister had looked at the live scoring, and I have looked at the live scoring as well. And she saw that I was 4 over through 9, so I wasn't having the best day. And I saw that she was doing, she was even, or maybe 1 over through 9. And I was okay, so she's having a pretty good day. So we both just kind of had different mindsets. She was kind of okay, so I have to continue this steady, easy round and just finish it out strong. And my mindset was kind of okay, Haley or whoever else could have a bad couple last holes. So I just have got to stay steady and make some birdies or make some pars. Just pars don't hurt. So, but birdies help. So I just kind of was just let's finish steady. If someone needs that extra 78, for example.
Haley, when you were talking to her, did you be okay, let's pick the game up, sis? Did you tell her that, or what was your all's conversations like?
So we didn't have any conversations, but I did say after the first day, I knew that she had maybe not a little bit of she had a little pressure on her. She was performing very well the first day, and she's performed well really the entire season. And I know she wanted us to help, and I just knew that maybe she might have been struggling the second day. So I just was like, I just need to stay calm and just try and do the best for this team because my score could possibly count. So I just tried on every shot But yeah, there definitely is a little, not like trash talk, but competitive.
Look,
but
competitive.
Yeah,
competition between you two is good, but it's a good thing, though, right?
Yes,
Right,
yeah.
Tim?
Oh, yeah, they do have a lot of competitiveness. But I tried to tell them the week before to be selfish and only play for themselves, not worry about the other outside distractions. And because we do have a great support system around us, but in this particular case, I needed them to just play for themselves.
Yeah. It was homecoming. All those week festivities, homecoming was back for region, wasn't it? I knew there was something going on. Okay, you talked about pulling out your phone, looking at live scores. Is there anybody that doesn't do that? Molly, you don't.
And Aubrey.
You don't. Why? What's? You don't want to know.
No.
Because you know how you're doing.
Yeah, and that's all I care about. And if I'm beating the people I'm playing with, then that's my only goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, because you can't really help what everybody else is doing.
In golf, there's no defense. You have to play your own game. You can't block their ball from going in the hole. That's not possible. So, I just had to play my own game, and whatever happened, happened. So looking at the score wasn't going to, it was only going to hurt me, in my opinion. I just thought I was going to overthink it all.
Yeah, maybe you see you're killing it, and you go, oh, well, now I can relax a little bit.
Yeah.
So, or maybe you put more pressure on yourself. but I can see that kind of playing into it.
Yeah.
If you've got a 10-stroke lead, maybe you kind of take your foot off the gas just a little bit. Like in other sports, that can be the case.
Do that.
Well, I'm just saying.
In all honesty, we could have been losing on 18, and I would have had no idea.
More
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I didn't know until Tenny told me after my third shot on 18. And she was like, we're up by 10. I was like, oh, okay, so let me relax when I putt
You
this.
had no idea.
She tried to ask me on 17, and I wouldn't tell her.
I had no idea until my dad gave me a thumbs up when I was 6 over. I was like, okay, we must be pretty good. This must be all right.
So I said, I'll tell you after the third shot.
Yeah.
So going into that shot, when you saw what she did, when you look at the overall score, were you surprised by how dominant a performance this was, or is this kind of what you expected?
A little shocking because of it did break the record so easily. But 302 is about our scoring average, even against golf courses that were set up a little easier throughout the season. And to be able to pull that off at Bowling Green, because Bowling Green is based on short game and putting. And luckily it was also set up a little bit longer where our girls who have an advantage of hitting it long took advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about this program, and obviously you've been a big part of it recently and doing what you're doing, winning the state championships and just continuing to build the program up, what has been your favorite part when you look back on your time here? Put her on the spot.
Obviously getting to know all the girls, and then the extension of that, all the families, getting to know how great they are, and what they will become after they leave Central.
Yeah. But you've got some talent. You obviously had some talent.
Yeah. Because is anybody wanting to play collegiate golf?
Well, the three of them are.
Three of us are.
And Aubrey's.
I wasn't sure if you'd already come out and said where you want to play.
Yeah.
I knew you guys were going. That's where I'm leading you. Can you say? Can you have you made your decision?
Yes, so I'm verbally committed to Morehead State University.
Okay.
Yes. And then I'm going to Cumberland's University.
Okay.
Great. Oh, now this will be the first time you two won't be together. How is that going to take place?
A lot of people have been asking us that, and I think it's actually going to make us come closer because we're going to enjoy our time, come back on the weekends, playing with each other, just going out having fun and just being able to support each other, even not being on the same team. So, I think it'll be good, but obviously a little bit sad because, I'm on this team with my sister, but yeah.
Yeah. Do they play each other?
Is there potential? They could potentially see each other sometime down the line.
I don't think so, but I'm not sure. But maybe in the future, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, Tenny, when you talk about these girls, and Molly, you've been around Tenny for a long time. From your sister played for, obviously now you playing for. What have you learned most from her in just being around her, whether it be before you started playing or since you've been playing? What have you learned most from her?
And because I want to add, were all of you on the team that won?
Just
three?
Molly.
Just you, Molly. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Tenny, I said it like twice this year. She'd give me like 2 things of advice, and both times I like underestimated what she said. And like I partly went with what I wanted to do, and then it ended up being correct what she said. And every time I'm like, I should have listened to you.
Listen to the coach.
Tenny's phenomenal. Like, she's amazing, and I mean, she gives us so many tips and tricks every practice. She is the biggest short game queen, you know. Like, she loves short games. She loves a bump and run. If you know Tenny, you know how to do a bump and run.
I don't even know what that is in golf.
Well, if you met Tenny, yeah, she teach you.
So what time you want to be on the course tomorrow, Tenny?
Tell us what that is for us new golfers.
Part of the short game up around the green, many of these young ladies and other schools and players love to pull out their wedges and try to fly it right to the hole.
Yeah.
Well, the simplest way to get it there is to run it, so that's called bump and run.
You just take a lower lofted club
and hit it and try to get it to run.
Normally when you have a lot of green to work with.
Yeah, like 2/3 of the way it's going to be running instead of trying to loft it. Most of the time,
if you do that, you could go past it.
Most of the time, the majority of the people come up way too short.
Way too short.
And then
it's going up.
And they're getting mad, and now they got a 20-foot putt instead of having a 2-foot putt.
Yeah, she's a pro.
Well, I mean,
I need some lessons.
So you said so. This year was your 50th year anniversary of finishing runner-up. Next year will be the 50th year anniversary of you winning, and you played at Estill County. So you've got a legacy, Tenny. I mean, it's pretty impressive, and obviously these girls have to have taken light to what you've taught them and moving. So what's next after this year's over? Now everything's kind of come to an end. What do we do moving forward? How do you all prepare as the golf season comes to an end? You're playing softball this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that. Anybody else playing any other sports?
You don't know how hard I tried to get her to quit last year.
Quit softball?
Yeah. I just wanted one solid year of golf.
Well, you got one.
Well, I mean, but she played last spring.
Yeah.
But,
does it mess with her swing at all? I mean, you're swinging up and then swinging down. I can't swing either one of them, so it doesn't matter. But
it usually takes her a good month and a half to get.
But it's a month and a half of summer golf, and then once we hit high school, it's worked itself out.
Yeah. She's okay, so these ladies have will be getting an invite to play in the National High School Championship in July of next year. So they will get one final chance to play together.
Yeah.
This is relatively new.
Okay.
And that's at Pinehurst.
I was going to say, where's that at?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay.
It's the sort of like if you're a golf geek, this is where you go play golf.
I was going to say, that's a famous course.
Yes. They've had U.S. Opens there, both men's and women's. Yes, so they will get to do that. Now, as far as the other girls will be concerned, we will start some type of conditioning, and they'll take their lessons with various instructors over at Gibson Bay and then start working out some too. I'm sure in some ways they'll take some time off and then start doing it on their own.
Okay.
Because prior to them going into their college season, they're going to be probably playing some individual tournaments in the summer.
Yeah.
So not as many as maybe in the past, but they certainly don't want to go into college without any tournaments behind them.
Right.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Our bodies deserve more. We put them through a lot, and oftentimes the aches and the stress of everyday life can take a toll. Escape all of that and enter your sanctuary of relaxation with a trip to the massage studio in Berea. Unwind, rejuvenate, and restore balance to your body and mind with help from their expert massage therapist. Like the Massage Studio on Facebook for more information, and get back to being you. Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, and once again, thanks to all of you that are tuning us in tonight, looking back on a great year of 2025. And one of the most exciting interviews we did in 2025 was with Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. Kyle Maggard, the president of AMW. Indies wrestling has really become popular. You see what mainstream professional wrestling is now with the WWE and the different organizations and all the theatrics and the money that's made and all the things that go into that. Well, all these indie wrestlers are trying to make it to the big stage. And there are some local legends. And, you know, in the early 80s, the 90s, wrestling coming through Kentucky was always a big deal. There were high school gyms consistently being filled with wrestling fans. It was a craze back in the day. It's changed a lot, as has everything else. But the indie wrestling scene is full throttle, and there's some great athletes doing things at the indie wrestling scene level. One of those guys, Ace Carmichael, a local wrestler from Estill County. He had a big match in Irvin late in the fall of 2025. We spoke to him about that, and Kyle Maggard and some other wrestlers from AMW about some exciting things going on with their format. Now, is this your first time competing in your hometown?
Yes, this is the first time that I'll be in Irvin, so I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be a big crowd out there coming to represent. So,
and you got a big match yourself lined up for Saturday, right?
I do have a big match. I got a New South Championship match against Stan Sierra, and
Stan's a legend, man. I've a lot to know about him.
Man, when I was in this game 7 years ago, Stan was on top of the mountain, and 7 years later, Stan is still the man.
Yeah.
That's what Stan's a legend, but so is Ace.
Oh yeah,
so is Ace,
for sure, for sure. That's so you got now. I know Marty's from Breathitt County, Prospector. Where are you from?
I'm from Northern Canada.
Oh, Northern Canada. Yeah. That's a long trip down here, man. Okay, yeah.
Right. Long and beautiful trip here to God's country.
There you go.
I'm going to ask you just to kind of scoot over just a little more to your left.
We'll see you a little bit on the camera there.
Yeah, he's picking up my limelight, is he?
Yes,
well, all the guns, look here, all the guns show. I mean, we got all these guys.
Get that beautiful face.
I want to make sure that we get you in there, but we don't need you to, hurt anybody today with that.
So yeah, save that for this weekend.
What is that? What do you have there?
This is a pickaxe.
Okay. What do you do with that?
What do I do with it? Well, you're gonna have to come on down to Appalachian Mountain Wrestling to find out.
Yes.
Yeah,
all right, there we go.
Apparently, everybody in Canada just packs those around all day long.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's a little weird to us down here, but up there it's
just normal, right? Yeah.
It's normal. So you carry this around daily, I guess, when you were in Canada.
Yeah, it never leaves my side. This one actually belongs to my great grandfather, and he struck gold up in Canada, so it's a family tradition.
Well, let's pass this mic back over to Kyle. And Kyle, so you've been a part of Appalachian Mountain Wrestling for a long time as well. You guys got a big show this weekend, and it's not really just this weekend. You all are always kind of going around Eastern and Central Kentucky doing shows, right?
Oh yeah, man. We're all over. We've got probably one of the biggest tours of an independent wrestling promotion that you'll find anywhere. We were in Jackson, Saturday night, and people were coming up saying, man, other wrestlers were just talking like they wrestle other places, sometimes too. They were just talking about how everybody's asking them, y'all are everywhere. Yeah. So, we're at Estill County High School this Saturday. Shout out to Coach Moore from the football boys, because that's who we're there raising money for.
And this is it's a big deal for you guys, too, because Ace is coming back home to compete in his hometown. And there's a lot of guys, listen, they're going to know who Marty is. He was a good athlete back in the day as well. And you guys just seem like you talked about John Noah. It was his last match in Breathitt County this past weekend. He was a basketball coach there. So there's a lot of faces people will probably recognize as they come out this weekend.
Right, there is. And, talking about being on tour, I think in John Noble, so next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, we're in Hyden, Kentucky.
Okay,
raising money for his Leslie County Eagle basketball team. And he has a shot at the NWA World's title.
The NWA, that's a big one.
That's the same championship Ric Flair held, Harley Race held, Dusty Rhodes, the Funks, Sting.
That's my all-time favorite, Sting.
The last time that world championship was in Eastern Kentucky was 1988.
Wow.
Champion Ric Flair defended against challenger Sting in Memorial Gymnasium in Hazard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Were you there?
Nah, I wasn't there. It was in other parts of Kentucky. It's been in other parts of Kentucky. But as far as Eastern Kentucky, Central Eastern Kentucky, first time since 1988.
Okay.
And I'm very, not smart, so somebody do the math on that.
Well, see, I'm 36 years old. I was born in 89, so it's going to be 37 years.
There we go.
Yeah, that wasn't that time.
We're
right
on top of it.
Yeah. But this is a really cool
math,
thing.
folks. Which camera am I looking at? This one. Hillbilly math.
Well, and, you guys have been wrestling for a long time, so, you may have gotten knocked in the head a few times.
A few bumps and bruises. You guys have had some big names coming on. You had Carlito. Billy Gunn was there recently with you all.
Billy Gunn. Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner is going to be at the Jenny Wiley Festival with us.
Okay. You've been practicing on your Steiner math? You've been practicing up on that?
Yeah, that's what it gets confusing. You go from hillbilly math to Steiner math. It just, talking about bumps and bruises, we've got a match coming up. So, he's challenging Stan Sierra for the New South Championship. For those that don't know what's going on, New South is a outside organization that's kind of coming in and trying to take over Appalachian Mountain Wrestling.
So you just kind of like the NWO invaded WCW, they're invading you guys.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah, and he's fought against you. You've had a lot of matches against him.
He was the AMW champion, the longest. Stan has the record in Kentucky wrestling, modern day Kentucky wrestling, for the longest title reign at 1,286 days.
Oh, wow.
Till Marty beat him in Jackson back in the spring. So that is the second longest title run in the history of the state, modern or golden era, whatever eras you call it.
Okay.
So that's a big deal. But we talk about bumps and bruises, big matches. We pointed out New South. So I'm leading a team, and I'll announce who those are. You'll get an exclusive right here on this show.
Let's do it.
But let me set this up first. So on the 20th in Pikeville, at Pike Central High School for Coach Holland.
Okay, yeah. He's moved up there, right?
He's moved up there.
Now, you played for him at Perry Central back in the day. Yeah.
Helped him coach last year at Hazard.
Okay.
So we're going over there. We're going to raise some money for the Hawks.
Okay.
It takes a second to get used to Coach Holland and the Hawks. The main event is a 6-man tag match inside a steel cage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The only way to win is when you handcuff the other 3 opponents to the wall of the cage.
Okay.
So when all 3 are handcuffed, ding, ding, match is over. Then you get 5 minutes to climb to the top of the cage, retrieve whatever weapons are up there, and you get to beat the mortal tar out of your opponents.
While they're handcuffed.
While they're handcuffed.
Oh, man, so
they can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So you've got Team AMW, which I'm spearheading, obviously, and then Team New South. Now, we don't know who Team New South is.
But you know who your team is, right? I know who
my team is. And these 2 right here.
Okay.
That's an exclusive right here on this show. Not made that announcement. We've been talking. I needed to find some guys that are willing to step up. Nobody likes that. Tony Presley's the president.
Okay.
He's actually the president of AMW, too. Don't know how that worked out. Nobody likes him, so we're looking forward to handcuffing those guys, climbing the top of the cage, and then we might even climb out the cage and get hold of Tony.
Will the pickaxe be on top of the cage to be used? Can we have that? You need to have that ready to go, prospector. Now let's give we haven't talked to Marty yet.
No,
Let's talk to Marty. You got some questions?
Oh yeah, I got lots of questions. Well, what I want to know is how do you prepare? Like we know traditional athletes, they're getting their electrolytes, they're getting their fuel. It's got to be very similar, right? You got to very much watch your protein intake and your electrolytes.
Yeah, I mean we're professional athletes, so
right?
you got to train like a professional athlete to be ready for anything that gets thrown at you. I'm the AMW champ, so that means everybody's coming for me. I got a big target on my back. I work out when I'm not wrestling. I'm working out. I'm always ready to defend this and hopefully keep this against whoever tries to take it.
And is there certain things when you work out that you have to do compared to, let's say, somebody that's, I don't want to say football, but maybe basketball? What do you do differently in your workouts?
It's a lot of cardio, and you got to mix in you may be in there with a really big dude that you got to pick up. You got to work
leg
on
muscles.
you got to be explosive. You got to be strong. You got to be fast. It's like the ultimate combination of workouts to be ready for a big wrestling match.
You got forms of types of weightlifting that you would classify as like bodybuilding. Then you've got cardio. Then you've got strongman stuff. Then you've got powerlifting stuff, then CrossFit.
A little bit
stuff.
of everything, right? Yeah.
One thing about this, you're going to go pick up somebody that's 250 to 300 pounds over and over and over in a match. You got to be able to do that. And
I would think you got to use your legs. You don't want to use your back.
Well, no, and it can wear you down. I mean, it's like in a football game when the offensive line is hitting against the defensive line. You do that all game long. It's going to wear you down.
Right.
They're doing the same thing in, a 10, 15-minute wrestling match. So,
but I'm also thinking you got to be limber.
Yeah, athletic.
Like stretching, like Pilates would be great for you all. I'm going to get you guys
Are you trying to get them in your Pilates class? Yeah, we can see that. The AMW wrestlers join the Pilates class.
Because they're doing flips and somersaults. I don't know what you officially call it all, but you got to be able to bend and move.
You're right. A lot of wrestlers, the majority of their injuries are tears.
Yeah.
And Pilates, yoga, stuff that involves a lot more stretching.
Yes.
Loose, keep the muscles nice and loose would really help.
All right, we're going to get them in Pilates.
All right, so, Marty, how long have you been champ now?
I won this title back in April in Jackson.
So you've held it for a good amount of time.
This is my second time holding it. I was the youngest AMW champion ever. I won it in September of 2021. And then, I'm now the second youngest heavyweight champion ever also.
So you've got both records, right? Okay. I think the youngest, in the WWE is Randy Orton. I think he held that for a long time. But when you guys look at this showcase on Saturday, you said you were raising money for Estill County's football program. So if there's a basketball team or an organization out there that's looking to raise some money, it's something that you will work with them on, and you'll come and use their facility and try to raise some money for their organization, and you all make money as well?
Right, yeah. And that's what most of our promotion has been built around. I think AMW has been in existence over 9 years, so we're in the year 9, heading toward year 10. And I think our first event was at Buckhorn High School on September 9th, 2016.
So that's almost 10 years now, right? To the date. Today's the 8th. So
majority of them, if I did the math, I would say 95% of them are at schools, and we're raising money for schools and nonprofits. And we go all over. I mean, we talked about Pikeville. After that, we're in Pineville.
Okay.
Down
so
there.
You're all over Eastern Kentucky.
Coach Carter and his football team down there. Yeah, then we're in Jenkins, I think, the following month. We're in Lexington on November the 2nd. That's a Sunday at the Ice Center. So I know we're just 20 minutes shy of Lexington.
Yeah,
so hopefully you people will migrate up there after you come here Saturday night.
Thanks to Kyle and the guys for coming over and joining us. And again, looking forward to potentially having their show on WBON-TV at some point in 2026. Step aside for another commercial break. When we come back, Baptist Health Arena is open. It was officially opened back up to the full extent to start the basketball season for the EKU men's and women's teams. We'll hear from Kyle Moats and President David McFadden about the importance of having this back open and what it meant to have Western Kentucky University in the fold, in the mix to open up the arena with. We'll hear from those guys when we come back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Happy New Year from all of us at the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Neat agility, the Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power, the Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has a vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Our bodies deserve more. We put them through a lot, and oftentimes the aches and the stress of everyday life can take a toll. Escape all of that and enter your sanctuary of relaxation with a trip to the massage studio in Berea. Unwind, rejuvenate, and restore balance to your body and mind with help from their expert massage therapist. Like the Massage Studio on Facebook for more information, and get back to being you. Kyle Moats, the Director of Athletics at EKU, and David McFadden, the President of the university, were both on campus when the newly renovated Baptist Health Arena officially opened up. Of course, last year they were able to open up and play conference games there in 2025, but in 2026, going in full head of steam, it's officially open. Everything's ready to go. All the fun things that is going on. Obviously not the best start to the year for the men's basketball team, but the women continue to play great. As we headed into that matchup with Western Kentucky and the unveiling of Baptist Health Arena, we spoke to both Kyle Moats and David McFadden as we did the show live from Baptist Health Arena back in November. Let's hear from those guys about the excitement of that being back open, and again, the importance of playing Western Kentucky University in the first game. When you all had the ceremony this morning, just talk about, kind of what that was like to see all the community members that were out in support of the university.
Yeah, I've said this numerous times. I got here literally when the place looked like a bomb went off.
Yeah.
I walked right, my first day was walking right through the middle here. And so those that have been here for quite a while, you all included, can appreciate what it was and now what it is.
Yeah.
I don't have that except by pictures. I didn't live it. I didn't walk through the halls. I didn't have my office here. So it's different than a lot of people. And some have been here. Some are alums. Some have been coming to school 50 years ago, went through high school, went through their graduation. I mean, there's just all kinds of events that you've had throughout your life that you've experienced here. And now it's literally, I won't say brand new, but it's got a pretty good facelift.
It does.
It's got that new feeling, that new smell, new seat backs. Everybody's.
And it's got the excitement that
the paint still may be on there. Be careful.
You're right.
But, and again, one thing that we do want to remind people about is the club and the VIP. So you've got the two areas here that are new to people. If you haven't been here since then, you had the big wall that was there before. Now that area has been turned into like a VIP club area, and then you have the club spot for your members here below. So talk about that and what that offers to people.
Yeah, the amenity is the biggest thing, right? It improved the experience that we want our fans to have, and those two areas really lifted that a lot. We have weddings in there, we have meetings in there now. We couldn't do that before, or we chose not to do that before. So it just, when you walk in, I think there's a sense of pride when you walk in, because it's like, hey, this is a really neat place. And not that it wasn't a neat place before, but it just needed some tender, loving care.
So you had weddings in there now?
We've had weddings in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That could be for you.
Maybe. Hey, listen, maybe.
And again, I think we talked about this, and I know the president has talked about this, and he'll probably talk about that when he comes by. But the funding for this wasn't just for athletics. I know we love athletics, so we think that it's athletics. Well, it isn't always. All of it was athletics. It was graduation, it was the weddings, it was community things. We wouldn't have gotten the money if it just would have been athletics.
Right.
So,
because Madison Central and Madison Southern
also
both
use
hold
it,
their high school graduations.
Yeah, and then the
here.
college has them throughout the year, too.
Yes.
And then, I'll think about this, too. You've got, throughout the year, you'll have other events in here as well. I know that they, at one point, didn't have like a sleepover,
the Super Bowl party. Absolutely.
Yeah, Super Bowl. So there's other things that go on, too. But when
there
you
was
talk
a
about
Super Bowl party up there for football.
The athletic side of it, so basketball begins tonight. Will volleyball eventually move back in here?
That was my question.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. And we're trying to get, I think we're going to get maybe those last two games in here.
Oh, good.
That's what Friday, the game Friday, right? At home?
Yeah, that's our hope. And it, that means a lot to those kids. You've had two classes that haven't got to play here.
Right.
And that means something to those kids that, freshman and sophomore, then they didn't get to play here.
Yeah.
And so we're really trying hard to make that happen because it's important.
Okay. It's a big day today because of what's coming in. We know Western, that's a big rivalry. We knew that was 3 years ago the last time they played. So when you are kind of gearing up for your first game in here with the new unveilment and everything, what have you been doing? What's kind of been your process in going through all of this and getting ready for an EKU versus a WKU matchup?
Really, I understand what everybody else is doing, but I try to stay out of their way because the worst thing you can do is come in and start changing things to what they're not used to.
Kind of micromanage a bit, maybe.
That's not how I am. Right. I don't like doing that. Now, if I see something that I think is an issue, then I have to speak up. But we've talked about process. We've talked about our matter of fact, our premium club access. That's been a big deal most of the summer because we didn't do that last year, right? We let everybody go in, check it out, see if you like it. Even the seats, we didn't do anything. We just wanted people to kind of have the chance to see it themselves. Well, now we've got to put some rules to it.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have some
questions,
some feedback.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure we'll have
people
some
that are like, wait, am I allowed in here with my seat or not?
We want this to be a tough place to play, right? We want when you come in here, and I think I've been to just about everyone, and this atmosphere is the toughest in my opinion. When we get it rocking and we have it full, it's a great environment. I think the ceiling probably helps a lot. It just bounces off the way to make that happen, and it's just unique, and I'm looking for it. I think tonight's going to be a fun night. I hope we play well. I'm sure they're going to play well, but someone was telling me, maybe you can remind me, one of the Western Kentucky games where there was a call that went maybe 3 seconds too late. And I kept hearing, every time I go somewhere, did you hear about that game?
We need to get a makeup call on our end.
Well,
tonight.
I think the call went our way.
They did go our way. You're right. So we don't want to make up call the other way then.
No. We don't need anybody to get stuck on the buzzer.
There's nothing wrong with home cooking. No, we need some of that every now and then.
Absolutely.
But you talked about the ceilings and everything. You get a good shot of it there on the broadcast.
Yeah, there it is.
Talk about the idea behind moving us into the future, but also keeping some of that tradition along with this, because it's still Alumni Coliseum, Baptist Health Arena inside of Alumni Coliseum. So talk about the idea behind keeping that tradition, and same thing with CG Bank Field at Roy Kidd Stadium. You've got the lineage of what was here before, but moving it into the future.
Yeah, I think two things that remind me the most about the arena is obviously the ceiling, right? That was never going to change. That was not even on the table. At least that's what I was told when I got here. And I was smart enough not to bring that up, and not to change it. But
can you imagine how much that would cost to build that ceiling today?
Yeah, I don't know how you would do it, but that was one thing. And then the second thing, we had talked about having the sidewalls come all the way down. That was discussed, and that was discussed at length. There were some safety issues. There's some money issues there, both of those situations, but mostly safety. But that's another thing that's kind of unique to us, this kind of barrier wall, if you will. So, but those are the two things. Again, the students here are going to come all the way down to the floor starting January 1st.
Okay.
The auxiliary seats just haven't come in yet.
Okay.
And that was a big deal.
So there are still some changes.
Oh, yes. We're not completely done. We're not completely done. But that'll be huge. We want
January
them to
when?
be. Yeah, I'm saying January 1st.
Okay.
That's when I think it'd be.
Yeah.
When they come back from school, which won't be January 1st.
So that next home
second
game,
week of
January
January.
17th.
That's what we're shooting for.
Okay.
Right? That's what we're shooting for. And that would be, the students want to be as close as they can to the floor.
Yeah.
We want them to be as close
That makes
as they
the
can to
atmosphere
floor.
better.
Absolutely.
And it's a good thing to talk to you today because of the unveiling of the new arena. Talk about what it means to the university and how hard all these people worked to make a night like tonight possible.
Well, I think you hit on it right there. Tonight is only possible because of the dedication and support of so many people on our campus, so many people in our community.
Yeah.
We're excited. I mean, obviously, it's excited to really open this place back up with the Battle of the Bluegrass, bringing the Hilltoppers in here. It's going to be an electric atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Samantha.
Right.
Like, if you are a college basketball fan, this is the kind of game that you just kind of sulk in. I mean,
it's like rivalry week today.
It really is. You got the big one tomorrow, too. But we want to take center stage tonight, and rightfully so.
Monday night.
Well, the most exciting thing is you're sitting in what I would argue is the best competition arena in Kentucky now.
Yes.
End to end, not a bad seat in the house. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. Coach Hamilton and the Colonel's going to be ready. We're always excited to have that rivalry experience, and it's going to bring our community out. Our students are excited. Yeah. Our community is excited. It's a great day.
And it's snowing outside. I mean, that's the crazy part.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I knew it was supposed to
It's
snow.
part of the whiteout.
Yeah.
But it's exactly. I knew what was going on. Mother Nature knew what was going on.
Now you missed the calling. But
I
it's all
did.
good.
I did. Well, Samantha, listen, I've got plenty of time. I got an hour from the time we go off the air to the game time.
I called him an hour and a half ago and said, it's a whiteout. Make sure you wear white. He goes, I'm wearing maroon.
But
he was already here.
When you talk about this matchup, the importance of having this be the first game here. So talk about that and why it's important to have Western be the first game in the new arena.
Right.
I think for Matt Roan and I, when we started this process several years ago, we really envisioned that this was going to be something special. This is an iconic place. It is an iconic space. So many memories. If you go back and look at the history between the two schools and the games that were played and the competitions that played out, it was as we said, the Battle of the Bluegrass for a long time. And so I think for us, it was just exciting to bring that nostalgia back as we kind of look forward into what's next.
Well, and talking to the athletic director, we found out that the student section will come down to the floor. So more to come.
A little bit more to come. Amazingly enough, while this has been a long process, to have 2 seasons, to be able to host our graduations, to have our community in here, we've really worked around everyone's calendar to make this renovation happen. We really needed 2 years to do what we've done in 12 months of construction. And so I got to say a big shout out to D.W. Wilburn, our partners there, KNBA, all the architects, our team here on campus. It's a phenomenal facility. It's going to be a great experience for all of our fans, to get all of our ADA and our accessibility issues addressed, for graduation, to have Madison Central, Madison Southern in there. We're just excited. So it's a great time.
Well, I told him about the elevator.
I didn't know about that.
I took the elevator down. And
we had to pack all the stuff down the stairs. Well, look, it's a good workout, though. We got our steps in that way.
Or you can come to the loading dock.
Oh, that's another way. That's another way to do it. But so Kyle said that the discussions to have this game here with Western happened a long time in advance.
Right.
Talk about those discussions with their president, with their AD, and how those went to be able to get them here tonight.
Well, I'll dispel a big myth. Presidents do not get involved in athletic scheduling. So, so athletic directors, coaches kind of work through that. But we've got a multi-game arrangement with them. We're doing home and homes with them. We've been there a couple times over the last few years. Excited to get them back here. I think getting them on the schedule, getting Murray State on the schedule, getting Moorhead on the schedule, I think it's good for Kentucky. And so we're excited about that. We're excited about the ASUN and this year's conference. We've got some great teams in there this year. We're excited about where we're going with the UAC next year and bringing some new folks in. It's going to be exciting. I mean, we're really excited about it.
This rivalry started back in 1914.
What was it like back then, by the way? You set yourself up. I had to. You did.
I did.
All right, we can
But
keep
it
going.
is,
Keep going.
I mean, AW has been here for 8 years. The Western, this is his second season, their coach. So there is a lot of competition that's going to be had out here tonight. And this rivalry has been years in the making.
Well, and I think even for our student athletes, well, Turner Buttry, Mr. Kentucky basketball, we got some people that know Kentucky basketball on both these teams, but they feel it. You can tell that both teams, both sets of players feel the excitement around it. And we're hopeful to continue this partnership with the Hilltoppers, getting them on the schedule for basketball, for baseball, for softball. Those experiences are important, I think, for our state. It's good for us to showcase ourselves. And, tonight we're going to have lots of folks, not just here in the arena, but tuning in to watch this game.
So the answer to the trivia question now will forever be, who won the first game back in the newly renovated Baptist Health Arena and Alumni Coliseum? And the answer will always be Western Kentucky. So it's a hard pill to swallow for, EKU sports fans from the 80s and 90s and that rivalry that was such a big thing. It's still big now, but we'd like to see Eastern get on the winning side of that rivalry at some point very soon. Listen, folks, thanks for watching. Samantha will be back next week. We'll be good to go with our normal show and our normal broadcast. And we look forward to continue delivering some great interviews and showcasing the great athletes that we have in Madison County. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your new year. And we look forward to being with you all of 2026 on WBON-TV and the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.